I grew up singing their music. I had a group, and we pretty much mimicked the Clark sisters. You know, you're not supposed to do that, but you know, you listen to their music from then to now, it's classic, and it's also just always gonna reach people. You know, you hear their music all over from every genre. Somebody has listened to them, whether they're white, black, Mexican, it doesn't even matter. Like, everybody knows who the Clark sisters are. And I think a lot of singers try their hardest to reach that level.
For me, you know, growing up, listening to so many artists, I don't know what was happening in Detroit, but the Winans, Commission, you know, all these amazing, and that's just on the gospel side, Vanessa Bell Armstrong, and then the Clark sisters. That's all I grew up listening to. So to be able to play, you know, one of the Clark sisters has been surreal for me, because it's like that's the soundtrack to my childhood. And sometimes the music is just so undeniable that it doesn't matter like where you come from. It's like, you know what? I just love how they sound.
Yeah.
You run the sound. Our album is number 20 on the chart. Oh my God.
We gonna be famous.
You want them to be the Jackson 5?
They better than the Jackson 5.
What kind of role then did Mary J. Blige, Missy Elliott, Queen Latifah play in the production of this day to day?
They were very active in looking at the script, looking at the artwork, looking at scene work. Mary J. Blige herself said she didn't even think the Clark sisters knew how much their music had impacted her life. It called them into the passion and the commitment to make sure that this movie was represented well as it related to the story, the real life story of the Clark sisters. So they were very hands-on, all of them.
Queen just talked about, you know, when she's got to shoot something and she needs to, you know, cry or be emotional, this is the music that she taps into. And they all have spoken to how this music has helped them in their personal life to be able to advance in their careers.
I'm obsessed with every last one of them, and I can say that I've learned from literally all of them. So I think the inspiration that they carry outside of what they do when they're actually supposed to be in their element, if you just have like a conversation with them, you really can feel the inspiration just through them just being around.
You gonna sing for the Lord, or you gonna lay down for the devil? You didn't just sell songs. You sold your future. You sold your sister's future. All we ever did was what you wanted us to do. Did you ever ask us what we wanted?
If you listen to their music, but more so if you were exposed to the music that influenced Twinkie as she was writing and arranging this music, you'd find that she was pulling from jazz, R&B, funk, the 70s sound. To the church world, this music was foreign. This was such a deviation from what they were used to with group singing. And that's why 40 years later, you can hear their music in, you know, hip hop artists, R&B artists. You see the producers we have, they all have been influenced. Their sound, some of them have been influenced by the sound that Twinkie, Dorinda, Karen, all of them, you know, have developed over the years. And it was just brilliant and genius, and that's why they've had the staying power that they've had.
Most of the gospel music comes from a place of experience, of pain, of struggle, of striving. And the beauty of this movie, outside of what Dr. Clark did, because she was one of the first women to ever introduce three-part harmony. And so you never heard a choir sing alto, soprano, and tenor until she did it.
It doesn't matter, you know, what genre of music you do. So many of us grew up in the church. Whitney Houston, Aretha Franklin, who did go on to do other music besides, you know, singing gospel, but it's always a part of who you are. Can't escape it.
Yeah. Somebody posted the other day, it was a meme, and it said, the Clark sisters are your favorite singer's favorite singer.
Yeah.
You've been nominated for Best Soul Gospel Performer. These are Clark sisters. Grammy nominations and #1 album.
Their music almost reminds you of your spirituality if you forget. Like, I recall shooting, and every morning I would get up and listen to their music just to get me in that state of mind. And it really, the process of shooting that movie, like, renewed my spirit. It was, remember how emotional I was when we were done? Like, I was like, I felt like a new person.
That's the beauty of the music of this film, and it's a celebration. It is a, it's a clarion call to, and that sounds so churchy, clarion call. It's an invitation to celebrate the universality of music. And so I hope that audiences will appreciate the music of the film.